June 27, 2014, and I am Dr. Gurmit Singh, Aulakh, President Council of Khalistan. I was 46. At that time, I was a research scientist, and I was in Boston, Harvard Medical School, Mass High and year. I'm a molecular geneticist, virologist by training, so I was trying to identify the various species of E. coli plasma, mycoplasma, and other related which were not identifiable by antigen antibody assays. They were cross-reacting, but by DNA hybridization you match every nucleotide to nucleotide. So I identified them. They could not identify, and then they asked me if I can identify them. So I identified those species. I have written chapters in the books on those kind of things. They are all in my curriculum vitae. Where was I in June 1984? I was in Boston. When they attacked the Golden Temple, it was all over the world. All the Sikhs were shocked what happened. And you know, Sant Bhindranwala was revered among the Sikhs. And we knew something is going on, but as they attacked, Sikhs were angry and mad. But what the Indian government did is they sent their agents before attacking the Golden Temple. General Jaswant Singh Puller, Gurdarshan Singh, Dillon, and Dr. Chauhan, he was in England, and many others to make sure that Sikhs do not rise after the attack, and especially Sukhmandir Singh, which is Akali Dal at that time. In 84 there was only Sikh organization was Akali Dal in Punjab, and I was also their vice president of East Coast. We were all Akalis before 84. The day they attacked the Golden Temple, ਅਕਾਲੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਉਦੋਂ ਗਾਲਾਂ ਕੱਢੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਫਿਰ ਰਿਜ਼ਾਈਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਪੋਜੀਸ਼ਨ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚੋਰ ਜੇ I mean you have betrayed the Sikh cause. And then after that we tried to educate the international community that Sikhs are now fighting for their freedom. Indian government want to completely absorb the Sikh religion into Hinduism, and we need help. They killed over 250,000 Sikhs, which is recorded in the congressional record, and every event which took place in Punjab after 84 is recorded within a week or two in the US congressional record, and those volumes you can read them. They are all there, what happened and who did what. So we preserve the history as original, that now I don't remember what happened after so many years, but at that time everything is documented. Anybody can read it. I can read it. It will refresh my memory, but you know, memory is short, and I'm glad we preserved the history of the Sikh nation. That news was all over the world. I mean, attack on Golden Temple was not a minor event.
Sure.
I mean, that is the holiest Sikh shrine of the Sikh religion. Right. It's like Italian army attacking Vatican, or this some Middle East country attacking a Jewish Wailing Wall. That's the kind of that's what they did to us.
Right.
And it hurt every Sikh, and we were all at that time so angry and mad, and we tried to educate the international community. What Dr. Bhindranwala said, the day they will attack the Golden Temple, it will lay the foundation of Khalistan. And the day they attacked it, we said foundation of Khalistan is laid. It was October. Then the Panth committee came into existence in 86. They passed resolution for the establishment of Khalistan in 86. I think it was April 29, 86. Then in October 87, Baba Manochal, who was the president of the Panth committee, he appointed me. He declared that Punjab is independent from India from today onward. We declare independence from it, and we form our own government and name it Council of Khalistan. And they appointed me the president of Council of Khalistan, and they asked me to get the help of the all international community and all the governments to get Khalistan freed. And by taking their order, I've been working since then to make sure that Khalistan is free, and we bear minimum loss because they have killed 250,000 Sikhs. If the Sikhs outside, especially in America, we would not have made the noise, they might have killed 10 times more Sikhs in Punjab. Not Justice Bibi Baljeet Kaur and Inderjit Singh JG came to me and they said, Dr. Aulakh, ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਰੌਲਾ ਨਾ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੁਣ ਤੇ ਨਾ 2.5 ਲੱਖ ਮਾਰੇ ਨਾ 2.5 ਮਿਲੀਅਨ ਸਿੱਖ ਮਾਰਨੇ ਸੀ, ਰੌਲਾ ਬੰਦ ਨਾ ਕਰਿਓ। ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਫਿਕਰ ਨਾ ਕਰੋ, ਜਿੰਨੀ ਦੇਰ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਹੈਗਾ I'll do it, ਫਿਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਰਗਾ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਰ ਆ ਜਾਊਗਾ। So that should be all right, and we are doing our job, and every Sikh youth now, my generation is getting old, it's all now upon the new generation. You guys, you have to take over and make sure that we get Khalistan freed. November 1984. Yes, I was in Boston, but after they made me the president, I quit my job and I came here. They appointed me the president of Council of Khalistan and declared the independence, and I was head of the government in exile. And if you are a head of the government in exile, you cannot work for another government and then do justice. So I quit, and we opened an office here in Washington, Pennsylvania Avenue, and all these statements and everything in congressional record. I lobbied the Congress like hell. I'll go 9 o'clock in the morning and stay there till 5 o'clock, then come back, and all those these books, they are the evidence of that. Openly of Sikhs gave the money wherever I went. I appealed. They gave 100, 500. Some gurdwaras regularly supported $1,000 a month. But then the government get involved into it to sabotage all our activity. They infiltrated our organizations, and even parallel office was opened here by. They want to destroy the Sikh religion. They don't want to see Sikh religion flourishing. They knew it ultimately. Sikhs are a sovereign, independent nation. They will have their own independent homeland. We had our own homeland before, and they want to weaken us so much that we can never get up again. And do you know that BJP and RSS say that Hinduism is like a tree and Sikhs are a branch of that tree? Can you believe? Guru Nanak established this religion ਮਾਰਿਆ ਸਿੱਖਾ ਜਗਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਨਿਰਮਲ ਪੰਥ ਚਲਾਇਆ। ਉਹ ਸਾਡਾ ਇਸ ਹਿੰਦੂ ਧਰਮ ਨਾਲ ਕੋਈ ਚੀਜ਼ ਕਾਮਨ ਨਹੀਂ। They believe in caste system, we believe in equality. They don't give equality to women, we give equality to women, and we have got nothing to do with Hinduism. We are for the well-being and welfare of everybody. We pray morning, evening, Sarbat da Pala. Went last maybe 81, My nephew got married, my sister's son. I went there, but after 84, no. I went to Pakistan few times. I could have crossed the border, but I didn't want to go over there. You need a visa. I don't want to give my passport to the Indian embassy for a visa. And what's the use? What will I do over there? And you know the way I have worked against the Indian police, this KPS Gill and all those police officials. And you know how brutal they are. I'm going traveling by car, they will have a truck, have an accident of the car with the truck, they will kill me right there. That's how they did it. They killed Singh. He died in a car accident, didn't he? Yeah, they do it. Those kind of things they do it, and I know it. Their modus operandi. Most challenging part is to get Khalistan freed. That is the most challenging. And you know, when in '84, FBI came to me. You know, this Jewish gentleman Kahane was assassinated in New York, and they came to my office, and I asked them sit down. At that time the office was on I Street. He said, do you know Kahane is assassinated? I said, yes, I read in the newspaper. What I have to do with him? So they said, you fall into that category. I mean, I was a little shocked. I said, you know, I'm a US citizen. It's your job to protect me. And one smiled. Do you know you are not as important to us as our President Reagan is, and we cannot provide him foolproof security. You know, this stupid guy shot him, President Reagan, and we'll do our best, but don't depend on us. There is no foolproof security we can give you. But here are our cards. Watch your mirror. If you see anything suspicious, give us a call, we'll take care of it. Air India bombing was really, this is to blame on the Sikhs. That's what they did, didn't they? Yeah, to blame on the Sikhs, give them a bad name internationally, killing 150. How many passengers were there? About 150. Quite. I mean, the plane was loaded, and they did it. And you know, that was very, very sad. And there were so many Sikhs there. I think the captain of the Air India was our pilot. He was a Sikh. There were many Sikhs over there as passengers too, but they want to do it to blame on the Sikhs, which is really very, very sad. But you know, when you don't have political power, people who control you politically, they do all these kind of things, and we have seen all those kind of things, and they are exposed. Everybody knows that Air India was downed by the Indian intelligence. It must be in these books too. If you look under Air India, you might see it. Well, I could see as the failure is that I wish I could have done a lot more than this, what I have done. The accomplishment is we have internationalized the issue of independence of Khalistan. We have stopped the genocide of the Sikh nation. It is 10 times less. If we have not done anything, they would have killed 10 times more Sikhs. We have contributed a lot, and we got aid to India 7 times, and India was internationally exposed. That ambassador, what's his name, S.S. Ray, he was here as ambassador, and I was on the Capitol Hill in the Cannon building, and you know, I make my round, see the congressman, and he was also making his round, and I saw him, and you know, I got so angry just looking at him, and I just with my full voice, You, butcher of Punjab and butcher of Bengal, shouldn't be walking these halls. You should be behind the bars. You are a murderer. Oh, I made a lot of noise. He ran from there. All those congressmen, their offices, they came out. Dr. Aulakh, what happened? Well, this butcher of Punjab, he killed thousands of Sikhs, tens of thousands of Sikhs in Punjab and in Bengal, and he's walking here. He should be put in jail behind the bar. And then he left immediately within, I think, weeks, not months. And then I wrote a little in Washington Time. There is a column, what it is called, it's on international thing. I wrote that column, it is there in this book too. I've forgotten what was the name of it. Well, I worked with anybody who was dealing with the Khalistan, Baba Gurbachan Singh Manochal, who was the head of the Pantha committee. I worked with him quite a bit. Baba Manochal was a gem of the Sikh nation. He sacrificed his life. He is the one who has formed the Council of Khalistan, and it will go down in history. It is already in this history, and those kind of people are rare kind of people. He was not very highly educated, but he has a very good common sense and what is needed, and he was very close to Sant Pindrawala, Baba Manochal, and I think working with Sant Pindrawala, he understood that we need Khalistan, and he did to his last breath. I mean, he was shot dead by the Indian police. Pre-84, there was only one Sikh party, and name was Akali Dal. All the Sikhs outside who are really had little bit Sikh interest at heart, we were all Akalis. And being over there, Thoda was Akali, Badal was Akali, Longo was Akali. So you have to respect them because they are leaders over there. But what we have seen, they have betrayed the Sikh nation. They were leaders, but they befooled us. Thoda died, Longowal was, I think, assassinated, and Badal is still there, but I don't think anybody with a common sense trust him. Me to ya Badal, because I was from Punjab.
Yeah.
Before I came, I knew Badal very well. I have gone to their place. I was posted in Malot.
So tell us about him.
Yeah, he was in those days, he was a young man. He was a young man, and he was not very much doing anything. I went to his village few times. I purchased a farm, seed farm from them in Badal, because they had a surplus land and government was buying seed farms. So they said, we want to sell it, so I bought over there in Badal, and that road to Malot, to what's the name of the other, on which their village is, so it was right there. So I worked there. Actually the best man in Badal is Satteja Singh Badal. I think he's dead now. He was a very, very nice man, and has a good heart for the Sikh cause and Sikh struggle. Whenever I went to Badal, over there, it's not like this country. You have to eat food over there because it's about 14-15 miles from Malot. You go by bike, and you have to talk to the farmers and all that. You get hungry, you eat lunch there. So we used to eat lunch at Satteja Singh's house, not at Badal's house. Yeah, he was a chacha. At that time he was nobody. He didn't have any power. Oh yeah, it was before. Yeah. I came in 65.
Right.
I left India in 65. I came to England first, and I went to school there, and then I taught over there in England. Then I came here. I had my master's from North Carolina. Then I had my PhD from Harvard, and then I worked at NIH as a postdoc with Bob Gallo. There was always a little bit political around because my father was politically active, so not very much but he was Akali minded, Sikh minded, I should say, rather than Akali minded. He was very Sikh minded, and you learn from your parents, so that's how Akalis were there. So I had to you deal with, if you're a public servant. I was posted in Malote, it was Badal area. I was agriculture inspector there. Agriculture inspector. I was working, I did all this in the US Congress. All those statements I used to send to Punjab, to my village, Manochal, Shahbazpur, everywhere. With Reagan, with all of them. Well, 84 was the attack on the Golden Temple, and I was here doing my professional job, and then this whole thing came in, and I was in Boston. The Singh Bans, he called me, Dr. Aulakh, Justice General Puller, India to aaya, inu अंग्रेजी नहीं बोलनी आउंदी, and he is not a citizen. We need somebody who is educated and who is a citizen, so that we can promote our cause. But at that time I didn't realize this, what was his name, from Yuba City, Dadar Singh. He was agent of the government. He is the one who got a lot of money, and he distributed to Ganga Singh, and he distributed to General Puller and everybody else. And when Sikh leadership become the agent of the enemy, the future is not that bright. General Puller's action was, he only stayed maybe a month or two, he left. Because when we realized General Puller is not right, I wrote a letter to everybody. We had an office on 16th Street and P Street. He will come around 11, 12, and then about 2 o'clock he will leave. He will not come back till the evening. And all the money he gets, he will not give us any money, and we cannot even run the office. And we realize it's very, very bad. He's the agent. And I wrote a letter to the open letter to the Sikh nation that don't blame me. He's the agent of the Indian intelligence, Indian government. And then I quit, because what's the use if I cannot do anything? Oh yeah, WS office on 16th Street by the Indian government. No, it was created from India, but it started at Madison Square Garden. Actually, at that time, you didn't suspect anybody that Sikhs could be that bad. And then, if you remember, there were Madison Square Garden, which is a big hall. There must be 8,000-10,000 people. I don't know, I don't remember exactly, but lot of people all over America came there. Madison Square Garden, these Akalis, what was his name, Sukhmander Singh from California. He was Akalis did it. Amarjit Singh Ahluwalia was also a part. Being a Sikh, I have a right to go there. Why I have to be called? Because it's a big.
So it was advertised.
It could be, but I was politically active, and if anything happens, I always went there. And at that time, I think I must be in Boston, probably. I don't remember exactly, but I think I was there. So I went there. Over there, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਉਹ ਕੀ ਨਾਮ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਦਾ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਤੋਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆ ਜੈਬ ਸਿੰਘ. So he spoke, and he got his series off, and he said, "Sanu we Hindu aunde ahi we Hindu ek Sikh vote deange." Those kind of very inflammatory speeches over there. So that happened, but whatever happened over there. See, actually WSO Puller was there, and seeing this Dadar Singh, they already made the this World Sikh organization, and that was made actually from India, and they were not conveyed to us, but Puller was sent for that purpose, and that would, what is the other name, Dylan, Gurdarshan.
Oh,
Gurdarshan, they came here, and that's what they did.
When you were there in New York,
Yeah,
everyone was there,
yeah,
thousands of people.
yeah.
What was the vision?
The vision was at that time that we want Khalistan. Then
How was it going to happen?
how? Nobody say how it is going to. We are going to get it. Khalistan Zindabad slogans and everything else, and we need to get it. At that time there was no office. I think office. There might be office on WSO office, but not mine. My office opened after that. Actually, after that, in this Puller and Dadar Singh Bains, they came. Bains asked me when I was in Boston, Dr. Aulakh, Puller is not a citizen, he cannot speak English, we need some American citizen, if you can come, and we will give you whatever you are getting. I said no, every Sikh should give 10%. I think I was making $40,000, $42,000 at that time. I said okay, give me $4,200 less, $38,000. He said fine, and 3 months he didn't give me a single dime, and I was working here, but we have credit card and all that, so I used my credit card and all that. So Dadar Singh Bains came in, made me mad that they are agents of the government, they are trying to destroy the struggle. I understood it very well, but you cannot punch people. And I went back to Boston. I called my boss that, do you have a job? He said he has not filled it. I said okay. They gave me $10,000 more salary. I left at 42. They gave me 52,000.
What year was this?
It was 80. It must be 84.
84.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, it was quite quick. They don't call you. The newspaper comes. The news come in the papers. They don't call you. So they came. Actually, what's the name? Somebody told me that they appointed you the president. I said fine, and I said that's good. And I was already working, so being a president, you have little bit more power. People will listen to me a little bit better, and they gave me the money, and we opened the office. And that office, this is the work of all that office. And we did it very, very honestly. I gave them account every year what we got. The maximum in 1 year I collected was $169,000 when I had 4 more people working for me, and that was the maximum we spent. So as the sport went down, we have to cut the office. Then I'm glad I had this apartment. I brought the office here. I won't have to pay anything, so this office will remain as long as I am around, and that way nobody knows it is DC address, and in India nobody knows where it is. In Washington DC, Council of Khalistan. They call me, telephone is there, I answer everybody, every telephone 24 hours a day. I'm sitting here, even if I'm sleeping I answer, and that way our struggle is alive and well. Give to the next generation that without political power nations don't flourish and survive, and it is up to you. Keep working hard and get Khalistan freed as soon as possible. Without free Khalistan, future of the Sikh nation is not good, and it is very important what Professor Darshan Singh said in Pakistan. If a Sikh is not a Khalistani, he is not a Sikh. That is Professor Darshan Singh, former Jathedar of Akal Takht. He said in Pakistan, and he is right. He is a very learned person. And if a Sikh is not Khalistani, he is not a Sikh. And we are all Sikhs, and we are all Khalistani. And I appeal to the Sikh youth, work very hard, and not only youth, to everybody, even older people too, because what else we are to do, and get Khalistan freed as soon as possible.
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਬੋਲੋਗੇ? ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਸਲਾਹ ਦੇਣਾ ਚਾਹੋਗੇ?
ਓਕੇ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਖਿਆਲ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ, ਮੈਂ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਬੋਲੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ। ਪੰਜਾਬੀ 'ਚ ਮੇਰੀ ਇਹ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਹੈ ਸਾਰੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੌਮ ਨੂੰ, ਆਪਣੇ ਰਾਜ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਕੌਮ ਵੱਧ ਫੁੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੀ, ਔਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣਾ ਰਾਜ ਬੜਾ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਆ। ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦਾ ਰਾਜ ਹੀ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਤੇ ਸੋਨਾ ਚੜ੍ਹ ਗਿਆ, ਮਹਾਰਾਜਾ ਰਣਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੇ ਚੜ੍ਹਾਤਾ, ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇ ਮੁਸਲਮਾਨ ਹਮਲਾਵਰ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਸੀ, ਢਹਿ ਢੇਰੀ ਕਰ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀ। ਕਿੰਨਾ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੇ ਉਦੋਂ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦਾ ਕਤਲੇਆਮ ਹੋਇਆ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬਾਬੇ ਦੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਦਾ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਆ ਵੀ ਕਿਤਨਾ ਬਾਬੇ ਦੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਮੈਂ ਸਿਰ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇਣਾ। ਐਂਡ what a ferocious fight he fought with the Muslim army, and this is in the Sikh psyche, that Sikhs never submit to the oppressor, and Golden Temple is our heart and soul. We cannot tolerate control of Golden Temple by anybody else. We will always have our own control of Golden Temple, and if Sikhs cannot maintain the control of Golden Temple, as a nation they are doomed, and Sikh nation is not going to be doomed. Guru Nanak gave us blessing, Guru Gobind Singh gave us blessing, and we are a very vibrant nation, and will flourish and will do very well in future.
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੋਰ ਕੁਝ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੋਗੇ?
ਮੈਂ ਉਹ ਫੇਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਬੋਲ ਗਿਆ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ 'ਚ। ਮੈਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ 'ਚ ਫੇਰ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਵੀ ਸਿੰਘੋ ਰਾਜ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਧਰਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੱਲਦਾ, ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਹੰਬਲਾ ਮਾਰੋ, ਔਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਖਾਲਿਸਤਾਨ ਆ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਆਕੂਪੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੋਂ ਆਜ਼ਾਦ ਕਰਾਓ, ਔਰ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਜ਼ਾਦੀ ਆ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਹਮਲਾ ਮਾਰ ਕੇ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਲੈ ਲਈਏ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਬਹੁਤੀ ਦੇਰ ਜੇ ਗੁਲਾਮ ਰਹਿ ਲਈਏ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਪਿਰਿਟ ਆ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਮਰ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ। ਸਿੱਖ ਦੀ ਸਪਿਰਿਟ ਅਜੇ ਕਾਇਮ ਆ, ਔਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਖਾਲਿਸਤਾਨ ਛੇਤੀ ਤੋਂ ਛੇਤੀ ਆਜ਼ਾਦ ਕਰਾ ਲੈਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ।
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ,
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਏ ਜੇ।